intend to actually put this thing together. I just started doing it, got bored and kept going. I've not put the sewing needles on yet for the end part, but I have put the rest of it together. If I can just find the other battery. Right, battery. So, yeah, I've actually put a hole in that battery. That was because these little compartments are so snug. I actually put a hole in that battery, taking it out. See the battery gone. There it is. Should be interesting. Tell Marcy what to know. Right. See, there's so neat there. Up there, okay. Right. So I got my safety switch. And now, theoretically, yeah, you can feel the power. Yeah, you can smell the bloody power. You can really, really sort of feel it. There's like, you can actually feel like it sounds really weird, but you can actually feel an energy field coming out from there. It's amazing how much power you can get from small batteries. Well, relatively small batteries. I do not really want to get electrocuted because that is too much power for a zap. I mean, the other little pulse generator I've got in the little dildo baton thing, that's enough to burn you in permanent scarring. So I'd rather not. What is that? So I want something that I can use just to have a look at the range of the arcing, because you get arcing that's invisible. You see? So look at this one. Right, it's not particularly like this insulated. Let's try that one. Let's go the other end, shall we? Yeah, it's actually sucking it in like a magnet. So it's actually magnetizing the ends, which is another thing that's going to be quite handy for my little project. Another project I'm working on is for an electric boat kind of thing. Instead of having a standard mooring, have a piece of metal that you can magnetize from inside, like with a pulse generator. And that way, using minimal current after connection to retain its connection. So you don't have to worry about tying up and untying it. You can just push a button and it will release from the dock. And you don't take any electricity to actually keep it connected. You just use that initial burst to magnetize, and then it glues together like an anneal the molecules, anneal it together, and that way when you put another charge through, it releases them. It's a bit like when you're undoing nuts on a car wheel, you give it a shock to release it. So yeah, that's working. It'd be a lot more effective once I put the screws on and shorten that wire, because that's kind of the idea. I could do it now, but let's put it off there as well. That is a substantial amount of power. I shorten those end wires by, I don't know, 5 centimeters or so, because the actual wires are here, halfway up. Is what we have here. That is the 2 pulse generators to there. That's just a toilet roll attached there, just to give it, so I'm not holding it and having the wires next to my hand whilst I'm holding it and bloody burning myself. And that is just hanging loose at the moment. So the idea is have the safety switch, wedge it in there, tape it on, put these on here somewhere like that. See, these batteries, I can attach that with the, it's called hook and loop, but it's basically Velcro, but it's non-brand name. And you can use that, and that way I can put it on there, hold it in place, and then take it off to recharge the batteries. And then that switch can be attached somewhere. So yeah, so I like my toys. I don't do drugs and I don't smoke, but I am thinking it's time for a little bit of vodka. Right, so the prototype is done. Basically, I've used my heat resistant insulation tape to fix the switch in place. The rechargeable batteries are held on with the Velcro, so that can be taken off and recharged. And so what we have is the off safety switch is there, and then it is a bit bright and a bit light, so honestly it's not a zapper, it's a torch. So yeah, all I need now is a burglar. I do wonder how long that will actually last before the batteries drain. Interesting.